It's fun, and that's what this hobby's about.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And Luka will see you in the next video.
Absolutely. Probably about 10 years ago, I bought a. Sorry, everyone.
In fact, I loaned one of these to Rick Salvino when he was working on his Formula One car, and I said, "Yeah, can I get that back?" "No, you're not getting it back."
I knew a torch or a soldering iron wasn't going to cut it, so I did some research and ended up building a resistance soldering rig that was just perfect for that.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I watched your build on that Mustang to see what kind of pitfalls were going to come in. So
Didn't really have any.
no, that's what I thought. I'm getting it.
Yeah, that looks like a Ferrari. Is that what's that there? A Ferrari there? Or?
Like, if you got a good eye, you have got an awesome eye. The 330.
Oh, it looks good. It's my dog, white.
I could come in here and probably, paint a body and go, oh shit, I got fish eyes in this thing. Yeah, you know what? I'll carry it out to the old purple pond, drop it off into it, and I'll go and pull another kit, and I'll go, well, let's try this.
Exactly. What is that? Like the fishing thing? Your worst day model building is better than your best day at work, right? That's it.
It's so true.
That was something that when I started watching your videos, I really liked your personality. I mean, you don't know nothing about Ed Roth, so you really, at this point, it's time to, back off, I think. But
Well, I'm ignorant. I'm just so ignorant.
That's right, you're ignorant. Then you go Hollywood.
It's a good forum to do that, and to talk models, any type of models. I just like talking styrene, period.
Yeah, we like it. We're addicted. Well, hello, my fellow car maulers. How are you doing today? This is going to be a really fun video that I have been thinking about for a long time and really looking forward to do. But I was waiting to get my hands on a kit that, for some reason, was really hard to get a hold of for me. And it's been out for a while. And you'll be surprised. I've really, really been wanting this kit. Right here. Real excited about this kit in a lot of different ways. And we're going to play around with this because I have ideas and I want to see how things would jive. This is just, when it got announced, I was excited and I'm so happy to have it. I'm really happy to have it. So let's take a look at this kit and see all the neat things that I got planned to do with it, with other kits. This is going to be just crazy. It's just silly crazy. All right, so this is not, there's been plenty of them. This is not a review on this kit. I'm not just opening up for us to take a look at. It's the first time I've ever seen one of these. Like I said, I haven't seen the kit. I'm going to take, the box art is so cool. I've been just really waiting to get this since it was announced. And for some reason, they just didn't really show up here in Phoenix at all the places I go to much. And my buddy Mike Chawla from the Model Club was able to snag one for me, and I grabbed this at the last meeting, and I'm so happy. And with this, I got a couple things to show you because I've had a plan. There's a model I've wanted to build, since the late 80s. This is what I've been waiting for to do. I've tried to build it once before with the bigger 24 scale, but 25th scale is just going to work so much better with these GTOs. We're going to go over a few of my attempts here, but yeah, this is well, you'll see. We're going to be doing some serious kit bashing with this baby. That's the whole plan. But let's open it up because let's see, where is my hobby knife? This is my less sharp one, but it's perfect for opening these. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this, and I've had this sitting around for quite a few days. I'm looking at dying to open it up, but I wanted to do it on camera with you guys because I just have a really cool plan. And like I said, this has been a video I've been wanting to make for you all since this kit came out. So here we go. This is boy, this is just going to be so cool. Oh man. Yeah. Alrighty. Loving it. I love the 68 and 69 GTO so much. For years and years, I always favored the 69, mainly because if you're a regular watcher of this channel, the model kit I bought that really kicked off me getting into building cars, was the Monogram 69 Judge. I bought that kit and built it, and I really enjoyed that kit. I really loved it, and I really loved the looks of the GTO. It was very similar to my, at the time I was driving around in a 69 Cutlass S convertible. I really leaned towards the Cutlass, but I love, the Chevelles. Buicks, I'm sorry, Buick guys, not so much, but I love the 68, 69, 70, 71, 72 intermediate GM G-body cars. Love them, but I love the 68, 69 Le Mans GTO or whatever. I almost, my buddy Dennis, the old boss, he'll remember this. I came so close to buying a 68 Le Mans when I lived in Virginia. That car still, oh boy, that thing was so cool, and it was such a nice car, but didn't work out. I always wanted a car like this, the body style. Also, the fact is, I've kind of started leaning towards, because I'm starting to like the back end more, is the 68. I really do kind of prefer the 68 over the 69. Oh, one last thing is, back in the olden days when Luka was a little fella, about like 4 years old, even younger than Felix, when my dad bought his 69 Cutlass S convertible that ended up being mine, my mom had I don't know, they call it Fathom Green. You guys can correct me down, whatever it was, that darker metallic green. But she had a Le Mans, and I loved that car. And I loved Pontiacs. I love the look of the front end of Pontiacs so much. And with that, all that garbage being said, and let's take a quick look. I like how the 68 rear bumper is, and how the taillights are more in the bumper than up above the bumper like it is in the 69. The rest of this kit, I'm not really caring that much about. I'll need that hood. No, I need these parts too, so we're going to get that opened up. What do we got for decals? We're going to take a look at those. But again, this is not a kit review. We're kind of doing some bench racing, a little bit of tire stuffing and chassis stuffing. I'll show you here in a moment. This is going to be a long video, I'm telling you, because I'm just rolling with this, and you guys are just hanging out with me playing. I'm playing today. This is play day. Luka's play day. Hey, maybe we'll call it that. Here we go. So, we probably going to need that. Maybe we're going to need parts of that. Chassis, got no need for it. I know it's very simple. Everybody was very bummed that they're doing a simple build. I don't care. I'm glad to have this. This is what I was concerned about more, because I'm not even using this. You'll see why. I'll need a lot of parts off. I'm going to need that hood. I'm going to need this nose, definitely, which... oh, I forgot to do a video, and I can't pull out a new tool I want to use. That's for another video. So I'm going to have to do it my cringy way that you all hate. Alright, so we've got that all cleared up, cleaned up, cleared up, whatever. Fits on. Let's see how it fits on. Oh, it fits on there really nice. I'm really digging this. This is super cool. You know what? Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to mock this up. I want that nose on there, so we're going to do a little bit of temporary gluing with the white glue. This is Tester's Clear Parts Cement. I like to use this stuff. Elmer's glue works. It's a nice temporary mock-up glue. Alrighty, so there we go. Let that glue set up, and while we're doing that, I'm going to take a quick look at these decals. Like, there has been unboxings of this kit. Everybody kind of knows it, but I'm curious. I haven't really looked at it. Oh, very cool. Some of that might actually come in a lot of uses for me right there. It's story time. Are you ready? Here we go, because there's a lot of story behind this and what I'm wanting to do with this car. is many years ago, way back in the 80s, there was this gas station I would drive by, and sitting on the side of that gas station was this. I think it was a 68. It might have been a 69, but it was a GTO drag car, a super stock car. It was tubbed, giant tires, and they always had it sitting. They kept it in at night, and they would just put it on the side. And I pulled in to take a look at that thing. And that was long before cameras, phone, obviously. I had no way of taking pictures. It was just all the pictures are in my head. And that car was just so cool looking. And while we're doing it, heck, why not? Bum, ba, bum. Dun, 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 dun. But it was a super stock car, so those tires were like that. These actually would kind of be too big for it. So, long story frickin' endless here. A little more, there we go. Yeah. That could be cool. That could get us going there. That's almost there. I went and I'd stop and look at that car, and I remember that it was primarily white, and I think it had a red striping or something with all the stickers on it, and it had a name on the door. I mean, it was a full-on race car, and I just fell in love with that thing. Thought it was so cool. I saw it race at the local track many times, so I always wanted to do a super stock car that was the GTO. And I did build one back in the early 90s. I kind of never got finished. I had some issues with it, and it really wasn't going in the direction I want. And I did it with the monogram GTO. Back then, there wasn't a lot of choices for kit bashing, so I scratch built my whole back half. It kept falling apart. It was just too weak. And actually, I do want to finish putting that together, but I'm kind of liking the idea of 25th scale a lot more, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm sure you're getting to this, because I'm going to bring out the next kit that we are talking about. I've had in reserve for this build, dun dun, one of these Chevelle Pro Streets. Because I have a bunch of these. I actually want to get some more. Andy has some from that collection still down at the store. I like this over the Revell one because it just seems to be, I don't know, it works better with a lot of these 25th scale bodies. I think this will be the appropriate chassis to use. And I got the body. So this is the first thing I always do. Remember, this is the first thing I do. Instead of guessing, is this chassis without any modification going to work with wheelbase in this body? And this is how you do it. You just do a quick little check-in if the wheelbases match, and they do. So you could probably pop it in, and it's not going to be an issue. That's what I was excited about getting this kit. So let's do a little test fitting, see how this, if there's going to have to be any modifications whatsoever. I'm hoping not. Not looking like it would. So, yeah, very little, maybe a little scrubbing here and there, but yeah, that fits in there just perfect. Just perfect. Yeah. See in there? I don't think you're going to have to, that sits right up in there. Perfect. Everything. It's very, you always want to look at how the frame is and how the floor is compared to your rocker right there, and it looks like it fits in there very evenly. It's not tilted one way or the other that way. That is without any modifications, so that chassis pops right in there. So there we go, winning right there. Let me see if I can find. All right. So this is the typical AMT MPC slick. I really love these. This is probably what I'll end up using, maybe. But heck yeah, brother. Oh yeah, we got plenty of room. Do ourselves a very cool tubbed GTO super stock car. That is cool. So I do believe round 2 still is producing and selling the 67 Chevelle Pro Street. So there you go. You get one of these, get one of those, and you got yourself one of these. That's very cool. So that's good to know. Now we know that. But something else I want to show you, and I've been wanting to do a comparison. I've got something really interesting because I had this in mind a long time ago, and I bought a particular kit that came out, something like around 15 years ago when Model King was putting out all these old kits, bringing back all these old kits. So thank you to Model King, but this kit right here. I bought this funny car GTO. Really kind of a horrible funny car, but the thing about it, this was an old kit, long time ago, came out back in '69, And basically what they did is they took the annual 69 GTO kit it was probably MPC back then, could have been AMT, but they just took the stock body, and there's a lot of stuff in here. I had something going on. Don't mind the Tamiya thing. I had something weird I was going to do with this one. I was thinking out of my mind. But anyways, the 69 body is pretty stock, and I've been wanting to compare them. I don't even have, I think I gave the funny car chassis. There's a Tamiya DTM Mercedes in there. Don't ask. Best thing not to ask. Anyways, so I have this GTO. Also, I was trying something out, and I'm trying to go back and fix. I was going to flare the fenders and make kind of a road race car out of this one. Bad choices. So there's the 69. Okay, and the 68 and 69. I'm going to go ahead and, well, we got all this going on. I warned you, this video is all over the place. I'm sorry, but I'm just, you're hanging out with me, and I'm having fun at my bench. That's what this one's all about. There's our 68 rear bumper here that comes with the 68 kit, and here is the 69 GTO bumper, which that's another thing. I've never thought about trying this out, but I'm going to remove that chassis since we've already tried. Well, hey, real quick, let's see how it works in this car. I think I tried this many years ago, but same with this GTO 69 body. Yeah, fits right in there, so I could do a 69 super stock car. But see, you got a hood that's molded on, you got to deal with that. You also, well, we'll get to this, but we also don't have an interior. So having an interior on a super stock car, a stock interior, is actually pretty important. So that was another reason why I was excited they were putting this out. Let's take a look at the differences between the bodies. And the obvious thing, the wing window, 68 always had a wing window, 69 didn't. Marker lights are different. 68, they had the Pontiac emblem that was a light. 69, they just had that little deal. And 69 had just a little thing going on there. You'll see right here, the 68 has wraparound. This is the same with the, it mimics the Firebird also. It goes, and I believe the other Pontiac models. So 68, they had just one blinker that wrapped around to use as a marker light. But other than that, very similar. And I can see these bodies probably wouldn't be surprised if they kind of come from the same mold, same lineage. There's a lot of similarities. And I see a lot of differences in like ejector pin marks and stuff like that. But they're very similar. Very similar. I have to say I like the styrene of this one a lot better. This is really much harder styrene, but you can still work with it. And I just got to get these fenders fixed. I was out of my mind. I was slicing. I was going to pull them out, and I decided no, I don't want to do that. But the thing about the 69 is, because it was a funny car, you got no interior. You got a hood that's molded on. So I kind of aborted that mission for years. And this is interesting. If you wanted to go and turn this into a 69, would this 69 bumper fit in there? No, I guess the deck lids on 68 and 69s, you Pontiac guys, if you can tell me, is there a difference? You can see it on the model. There's a difference in deck lids because the shape of the rear bumpers. I keep flinging stuff. So there is a different shape to the rear bumpers. I don't know if that's in real life or in model form, but it doesn't look like the 69 parts in that funny car kit are really going to, without a little work. I mean, you could do it if you wanted to turn this into a 69 for some reason, but you're going to have to do some work, because if you can see right there, this needs to go in farther. You might be able to see the differences. So that's kind of out of the question there. I'm gonna get rid of that. We're done with that segment of this. Hey, you know what? It's time for a commercial break, I think. You know, because I do those things. So fade to black.
You're watching the Luka C channel on YouTube.
Now we're back. Alrighty. Now, moving on to the next chapter of this odyssey we're going through. So we're sticking with the 68. I kind of like the 68 better. Oh, look at that cool little shifter right there. And the other issues too, like we were talking about interior. You could take this interior and jam it underneath that 69, but I never really realized this until I did a little researching. There are a lot of differences between the 69 interior and the 68 interior. The dashes are completely different. The door cards are completely different. This actually looks like they did, it's simplified, but door cards don't look too bad. And I'm going to need all that. I don't really need this, but I'm going to need that. And I'm probably going to cut these door panels out. I do have, a carpeted floor here. I have the interior of this 67 Chevelle that will do just fine for the interior of the GTO. And because I don't want a center console in the race car. I just want this carpeted floor, which would work out great. We can get it shaped, so I'll just be cutting those door cards out. So we don't want any of that. None of that. Yuck. We don't need no backseat in a race car. Nobody's riding around with us. We ain't bringing the kids down the drag strip. Hey, so I'm going to break in here real quick. When I was shooting this little B-roll to show you the old Monogram 124 scale Superstock GTO I was working on back in the early 90s, I noticed a couple things. Well, first of all, the difference between 24th and 25th. This is that funny car GTO body. If any of you have this and you're curious about using this body and making a 69 GTO in 25th scale, yes, considerably more big. And having these two things next to each other, and you can see wheelbase, it's not that far off, but it's a lot bigger. But it is just, I don't know, I really love this kit, I still do, but I gotta say the 25th scale GTO, it just, more of our cars are 25th and 24th, and it just works out better, especially if you're wanting to, again, use the 67 Chevelle chassis. But I did do a little discovery. I was playing around with this. I want to show you guys. I have the 69 interior here and the 69 dashboard. And I just thought I'd do a little test fitting, and lo and behold, you actually could probably use, though probably have to do some work because it's sticking up, but you could probably use, it fits in there pretty decently, you could probably use the interior out of the Monogram 69 GTO Judge and work it in this body. Probably going to have a little bit of an issue with this down here. That's a little bit too low, but you might be able to cut and figure out and get that in. But the dashboard, the door cards, you could at least take those out and maybe graft them onto the 68 interior, right there. Real quick, let's just play around with it. Take this dashboard out of the 69, and heck, it's actually it fits in there. It's actually kind of too small. Can you see that? It fits in there. You could put the 69 dashboard in there. Yeah, the 69 dashboard will fit in there. And you could probably just cut out these 69 door cards right there, and Bob's your uncle. You can make a 69 interior. That might be something to think about. Anyways, there you go. That's what we have. And, well, let's resume our regularly scheduled broadcast. That's all fun, and we've got our grill right there. But here's the other part that I always tried to replicate. I tried to scratch build and never could get it to look right. I always liked the exposed headlight look much better, and that race car had the exposed headlights, so I wanted the exposed headlights on this build. So we got what we need. To the rescue, our buddy Joel, I got it upside down, our buddy Joel happens to be 3D printing the exposed headlight grill, and you notice no headlights in there, so you can put clear headlights, which he offers clear headlights. 3D printed clear tends to be a little little bit foggy, but those are nice. Look at that. They actually don't look that bad. But sometimes, from what I hear, we'll do a little experiment. I don't happen to have any because I don't really use that future floor covering polish, whatever anybody calls it. It's basically an acrylic clear that if you kind of run that acrylic clear over there, it kind of fills all the imperfections that causes, the lines and stuff in 3D printing that causes that cloudiness in clear parts, and it smooths it out and makes it much more clear looking. So that's for another day. I just don't have any. So that's something to think about. But either way, that doesn't matter. This is the important part. Exposed headlight grille. So let's see how this fit. This was designed and made for this kit because it was coming out and they did this. And I really appreciate Iceman Collections for coming out with this and Joelle hooking me up with this because this is a dream project of mine. And let's get that fitted up in there. Oh yeah, it's popping right in. I probably need to do a little, oh, nope, I don't have to do anything. It fit in there. Oh, that's so sweet. That's the look. There it is. This kit, this project, this build is coming into focus already. I'm excited about it. I wish I didn't have so many projects I got to get done right now. I want to get on this right now. Oh, squirrels. So many squirrels. Yeah, that is nice. So get a good look at that. Yeah, Iceman Collections did a beautiful, beautiful job with that. Yeah, I'm definitely digging that. So Joel says they still have plenty of these in stock. I believe he's still printing them. But go over and check the website and take a look if you've got one of these GTO. I just like that look better. I don't like hidden headlights. I never have been a fan of those. I don't like them on the Camaros. I don't like them on anything really. Except I liked them when they started doing the flip up thing because I love, the 80s Firebirds. That's when I like hidden headlights because that flip up action. The Corvettes were cool. That's cool. But doors that flop on a flat, that's what I say. That just, I don't know. Cars have personality. When I was a little kid, I'd look at a car and I would see a face right there, And Pontiacs always looked really mean. They looked like, not mean like they were going to be a jerk to me, but mean like, I'm going to race you and I'm probably going to beat you. Oh yeah, I'm going to race you and I'm probably going to beat you. Yeah, that's how I roll with that. Luka C's losing his mind. Product of the 60s. So might have to, there we go. It fits right in there. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Joel. I really want to thank you for that. That was just so cool. I was thinking of how I was going to make that thing because I was, preparing to try to make a grill and all that stuff. And I saw, boom, he put that out and I go, I got to get one of those. So that worked out cool. And what was so cool, I go to the meeting. Mike had the kit for me. Joel had the grills for me. So that worked out really super, super, super cool. So there we go. That's all that is. Do we have any more to talk about? I've showed you everything. This has just been a long video, but a fun video. I'm just bench racing. I'm just having a ball. And I'm very excited because I'm serious. This is a kit that I have wanted to, a project, a build, I should say, I've wanted to do, and I just bashed all that apart, I've wanted to do for a very, very long time. Literally, since I saw that race car back in the 80s, I've wanted to build a model of it, or one like it. I can't build that car because I've never found anything about it ever again, so I don't know. But anybody local here in Phoenix, Arizona that was around and in the drag racing rounds back in the 80s, there we go. Nice. We're back to being regular. Okay, it's mock-up time. Let's see if I can do this. So anybody who was around these parts back in the 80s knew of a super stock 68, 69 GTO. The service station that it used to sit next to was on 7th Street, and I would say right around Peoria or Cactus area, something like that, somewhere in that the Sunny Slope area on 7th Street, or was it 7th? It was 7th Street. Yes, it was a long time ago. So let's try it out. What do you guys think? Super stock car. Yeah. Yes. I gotta make the sounds and just have that. I love the big tire look out of the back. Let's get that. That's a profile I always like to look at on a drag car. Have that tire right about there on a proper super stock car. Yep. It's going to work. It's going to be an easy build. It's going to be a very easy build. And it's going to have all the looks I always wanted. That is a dream build. Wow. Thank you, Round 2, for bringing this kit out. And thank you, Iceman Collections, for creating that grill. This is super cool. I am going to get on this. I don't know when. Probably the 1st of next year. I've got models I got to get done. I've been working on my Porsche for the Porsche group build. Just finished that 48-hour build. I have, what else am I dedicated to getting done here? Because I'm concentrating on the Porsche build. Oh yes, and September 1st, if you're a USAC member, that is the Unified Scale Automotive Content Creators, my fellow YouTubers and other content creating scale automotive guys out there, guys and gals. If you do it on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever, it doesn't have to be just YouTube. If you're putting out a whole bunch of scale automotive content on the internet, you're welcome to come check out right there, USAC, or as BG likes to affectionately call it, USUCKY. We haven't figured out how to get those letters where it would say that, but it's fun. Unified Scale Automotive Content Creators. We all get on there, we help one another, but the biggest thing that we do is we get together once a year and we will make the announcement. You have to be a member to get this announcement on the 1st of what the build's going to be. And we will all start on September 15th till January of next year, 15th. We actually moved it a little bit because we want to put it on the weekend. It'll probably be the 16th or the 17th. But we will all have the same kit that we got to build. If you had the Model Cars magazine from a few months back, they featured it in there, the whole build, and had all the content creators that were involved, little pictures of their cars and a little thing of what they do. That's going to be my primary build for the rest of the year. So this is probably going to be something I'm going to get back on. Ooh, I am squeezing something out. This is going to make some of you longtime viewers really happy. Do you remember the 64 Oldsmobile? I'm ready to get that thing painted and finished. I want to finish that model. So that one's going to get squeezed in this fall. I'm going to finish that series up for you. I really want to get back on that car really bad. So my phone is going off like a bottle rocket. I'm sorry. That's what you hear in the background. So anyways, let's wrap this video up. I'm just having a good time this morning. Gee whiz. Well, that kind of gets me thinking. Why do we mess around with these model cars? 'Cause they're fun, right? Here's the producers.